Something feels different, doesn't it, my child? Not a time of ease, not a gentle season. This word comes to you now, like a sudden change in the air, specifically for you, directly from me, clear and certain. This is more than just another message. This is a sacred moment I have set aside, a pause in the usual rhythm of your life, because it shows you how I work. I never allow difficulty to approach my precious child without first sending a word. And today, that word has reached you. Listen closely. On the surface, things might appear ordinary. Just another day, another conversation, a random thought, a feeling that pulls your attention. But in the unseen world, this is a moment of hidden challenge. The one who stands against me has already made his preparations. The difficulty is set. The pressure will begin quietly, but it will target your thoughts, your feelings, your inner peace, your connections with others, and even what lies ahead for you. I will not be silent. This is your final quiet time before things shift. Perhaps this night, this instant, is the final quiet time before the spiritual environment around you starts to shift. Listen closely. Nothing I do is without reason. When I speak, it is always to help you. When I give a warning, it is because my care for you is so great that I cannot let you face harm unprepared in the dark. This time, the message did not come in a dream. It wasn't revealed through a cloud or a vision. Be ready. Stay watchful. Stay near me now, my child, before it is too late. Because while the world sees only the hours passing towards another dawn, I see a spiritual struggle beginning. My protection is already surrounding you. This is not chance. This is my purpose for you. There are times in life when everything feels wrong. Nothing dramatic has happened yet, but a quiet pressure is building underneath. You feel a tension around you, a weight in your spirit, an unspoken heaviness you cannot put into words. That feeling is real, my beloved one. It is not just in your mind. It is a sign from the unseen world, and it often comes just before a challenge you cannot see. What many do not understand is that the one who stands against me does not always show himself openly. He rarely announces his presence. Instead, he plans quietly, putting thoughts in your mind, creating things to pull your attention away, waiting for the precise right moment to act. The challenge is never sudden. It is planned, made for you, timed carefully. Right now, in the spiritual world you cannot see, such a challenge is beginning. He targets your inner peace, your family, your earthly needs, your steady heart, and most of all, my precious child, your closeness to me. This is not meant to frighten you. This is spiritual truth. He watches with patience and strategy. He waits for a time when you are not strong, a moment when you are open, and then acts, often using things you know well. A conversation that hurts more than it should. A sudden problem with money that feels overwhelming. Someone you care about becoming distant without explanation. And here is the sad part. Many people never realize they are facing a challenge. They think it is just a difficult day, a series of things happening by chance, or simply life being hard. They do not see the pattern. They do not understand the plan behind it. This is exactly what he hopes for, my cherished child. He does not need to defeat you completely at once. He just wants to confuse you spiritually so you make wrong choices. Stop talking to me, pull away from others who follow me, question what I tell you, and delay doing what I ask. Because if he can make you feel nothing, stop acting, and be pulled away by small things, he does not need to defeat you. You will bring about your own defeat. The challenge coming against you may not seem dangerous. It might look like just another day. But spiritual understanding shows you what others miss, my beloved. It gives you the strength to stand firm before you stumble. You are not without help, but you must be watchful. They did not understand what was happening. They thought it was a normal, quiet time, so they were not ready and missed the important moment. Do not let that happen to you. Do not be unaware when things are important. The time ahead is not just about seeing how long you can last. It is about seeing clearly what is happening. You are not facing this challenge because you are weak, my child. You are targeted because you are important. The one who stands against me does not spend his effort on those who do not matter. He aims for those who hold something precious, and that includes you. But here is the truth that gives hope. No matter how well thought out his plan is, my plan is always stronger. When I am with you, no plan against you, no lie, no hidden attack can win unless you give up your position. Stand firm in truth over your life. Do not let your heart be troubled. Do not be misled. Trust in my help. There is a deep misunderstanding many people carry. They think that when I warn, I am angry or trying to scare them. But that is not how a loving parent acts, my cherished child. My warnings are not meant to make you afraid. They are invitations to find safety. They are not given to make you anxious, but to make you aware before difficulty comes, to give you time to act, to make choices, to truly live. So many people today treat my warnings as if they are getting in the way, instead of seeing them as guidance. They look for signs that feel easy and comfortable, expecting me to speak softly into their daily habits. But I am not trying to protect your comfort. I am trying to protect your very life. And I often do this in quiet ways you might not expect. This is more than just good advice, my beloved. It is a way to endure. True wisdom does not speak loudly about itself. It listens. And those who listen to my quiet nudges, those who talk with me when others dismiss it, who deny themselves when others indulge, who stop and think when others hurry, those are the ones who can pass through hard times and remain unharmed. When I warn you, it is never to make you feel shame. It is because I still see a plan for your life. I still see you as worthy of my care, even if you have felt far away, even if your life feels broken. I still reach out to you saying quietly, my child, it is not over. I am not finished with you. People look for some grand demonstration, but the proof itself is this very caution. Many ask for evidence, and here it is, a quiet word from me saying, guard what is within you. Pay attention to your heart. Keep your inner quiet safe. Speak my truth before falsehoods take hold. If you felt something stir inside you today, if something within felt seen, or as if I was speaking directly to you, or felt moved, do not turn away from that feeling. Do not ignore it. That feeling is not fear, my child. It is wisdom waking up. This isn't about being overly worried. It is about being prepared. It isn't about dreading what is coming. It is about placing your trust in me, who is already present there. I am giving you this caution because you are precious to me. I am calling to you because there is still much I have planned for your life. Difficulties don't always announce themselves loudly. Difficulties don't always appear like a storm gathering visibly far away. My child, sometimes the challenges you encounter don't come with great fanfares or clear danger signals. They might seem like simple irritations or small troubles, appearing too minor to deserve much notice or to bring before me in prayer. This quiet, unassuming way of entry is often the preferred method of the one who stands against you. He knows that if he appeared truly terrifying, you would instantly seek my help. But if he comes looking like common daily worries, a scattered mind, or a sense of waiting that feels too long, you might not recognize him for what he is and unknowingly give him access. This is all he requires, for his influence doesn't settle in a single moment. It builds gradually through repeated patterns, one thought left unquestioned. A small issue that is overlooked doesn't stay small. It grows. It increases its hold. It changes your inner world completely. This is how bitterness finds a place. This is how desires that lead you astray gain power. This is how your spirit can become slow to respond, not with a loud crash, but with a quiet suggestion. He simply enters unnoticed. Yet, my child, this path is not fixed. This is just the strategy of the one who seeks to hinder you. He doesn't always aim to completely overwhelm you. Sometimes his purpose is simply to wear you down over time. He will use just enough disappointment to cause you to step back from talking with me, just enough hurt feelings to separate you from others, just enough waiting to make you wonder if I have forgotten you. And then, eventually, you find that you are not just physically tired, but your spirit feels empty. This is why this moment matters, my child. Why this gentle warning is important. Not because a great trial is always about to happen, but because the groundwork for trouble is already here, and I am reaching out to you before things get worse. You have the inner strength to prevent entry, to mend the weak spots, to declare, "This stops now." For you are not meant to live vulnerable to quiet intrusions. You are called to stand firm with a clear spirit and inner strength. My spirit within you provides understanding, my child. Not so that you become fearful of everything around you, but so that you stop overlooking the small matters that hold lasting importance. There is a struggle that isn't visible to your eyes. It isn't fought with physical things, but inside your thoughts, your feelings, and the hurts you carry silently. This is the place where the one who opposes you works most strongly. Your inner thoughts, the feelings in your heart, your trust in me. Know this, my beloved child. The one who stands against you isn't always focused on outward things. He seeks something far more impactful, how you see the world and how you see yourself. If he can manage to twist your thinking, your feelings, how you view yourself and how you view me, he won't need anything outside you to hold you back. You will hold yourself back through worry, doubt, and a tired spirit. His goal is to dim your clear vision, to put out your hope for good things, to break apart your certainty in who you are and your belonging to me. And he does this without making a fuss. One approach of the one who stands against you that is often overlooked, my child, is making you feel alone. Not physically apart, but isolated inside. This is the feeling of being surrounded by people, but feeling utterly alone. It is presenting a calm face to the world, while hurting inside, when a voice within you says, "Nobody truly understands what I am going through," and even more hurtful, "Perhaps God has stopped caring for me." This pattern isn't new. How can someone move from passion to worry so quickly? From success to feeling hopeless? This is exactly how the one who stands against you operates. He doesn't necessarily wait for your weakest point. He often makes his move right after you've taken a big step forward, when you're feeling tired, when the initial excitement has calmed, and when the outward praise has faded. He waits for those quiet times, those tender moments after you've put in great effort or achieved something, when you are open to believing things that aren't true. These untruths might sound like that you don't have the strength you need, that talking with me doesn't change anything, that any good thing that happened before was just luck, that if others truly knew you, they would leave you, that you've made too many errors to receive help. And if he can convince you to believe even one of these lies, he has already begun to break down your trust in me from the inside. Because I, your Father in heaven, know that the very things used to make you feel far away, I can turn around to draw you closer to me. This is how I respond when your feelings are sensitive and your trust feels weak. This is why attacks on your inner peace and your bond with me are so dangerous, my precious one. They don't just cause hurt, they convince you to stop looking for help. They whisper that feeling empty is just how life is, that feeling distant from me is permanent, that having no feeling is the same as peace. But that is a false copy. That is just getting by, not truly living. You were not intended to bear this burden by yourself, my child. You were not meant to struggle unseen, relying only on your own strength and questioning why it falls short. There is no dishonor in feeling downcast. The only danger is staying in that place without reaching out for help. If you have felt separated from me, tired in your heart, or slow to respond in your spirit, this is not the end for you. This is a sacred moment to pause. A gentle reminder from me that I still see you, I still know you, and I still see you as worthy of being made completely well again. My precious child, you don't have to put on a brave face right now. Just tell me honestly how things are within you. Let me meet you exactly where you stand, not where you think you ought to be. There's no need to hide anything. You aren't expected to handle everything by yourself. All it takes is a gentle opening inside to softly whisper, Heavenly Father, I need your assistance. Because sometimes the deepest trust you can show is just speaking the plain truth. To me, to yourself, and to someone else who genuinely cares for you. My child, being prepared isn't about being loud or forceful. It's how inner clarity speaks. It whispers in the midst of ordinary moments and murmurs during peaceful times that often go unnoticed. It isn't a shout of worry, nor does it demand attention like an urgent crisis. Yet when you pay attention to it, it's what separates having peace within from feeling troubled, staying steady from losing your footing. My beloved child, some of the most crucial turning points in your journey won't show up with flashing lights or big commotions. They will look like everyday things, an unexpected note, something someone says that changes how you see things, a choice you considered minor, but carries far more spiritual weight than you realized. This is often how the junctures I guide appear, not as huge events, but as quiet nudges inviting you to choose a path that brings life, or one that leads you slowly towards accepting less than my best for you. That's why the day ahead matters, my child. Because tomorrow might seem exactly like any other day. You might rise, follow your routine, do your usual tasks, and not realize you're stepping into a moment I've already prepared. A moment where the choice you make will affect more than just what happens right then. It will shape what comes next. My beloved one, the one who works against you understands this too. He doesn't always wait until you feel completely down. Sometimes he comes after you when you feel most able, because relying only on yourself isn't loud or showy. It's a quiet thought. It whispers, "You've got this." You don't need to ask for help from above on this. You can handle this by yourself. And exactly when you feel safest, you are often most open to being led astray. So, my child, yes, the coming day might bring a choice that seems ordinary, a message you might want to dismiss, a conversation that tests how truthful you are, something that appeals to your pride, a moment of waiting that tests your patience, a difficulty that makes you want to pull back. These things don't happen by chance. They are points where things are set in motion, places where you are sensitive, forks in the road where paths separate. And in that very moment, you won't have time to desperately search for answers. That instant will reveal what has already grown inside you, how much truth you have held on to, how much you have learned to listen inwardly to the leading of my spirit. My child, the ability to know what is right, which you've learned in quiet times, is exactly what you need here. It's the same with the spiritual work I set before you. It doesn't show up when you feel completely prepared and strong on your own. It arrives when I know the time is right, and I expect you to be ready. What my spirit is calling you to now is this very state of readiness. Not a readiness you build up by trying hard by yourself, but one that comes from staying close to me. It's a calm, steady preparedness, deeply settled in the bond we share. Because when things you didn't expect happen, it won't be the loudest voice you hear that matters most. It will be the voice you have been listening for all along, my beloved child. This is why this season holds such significance. While you cannot see what tomorrow holds, you can choose who you will be when it arrives. Someone firmly grounded and faithful, or someone easily swayed and reacting without thinking. I offer forgiveness without cost, my child, but the results of your choices still unfold. So ask yourself, what kind of future are you creating through the small decisions you make today? Even inside a cautioning word, there is love. Even when there's a feeling of urgency, there is grace. And even when you feel most distant from me, my eyes are still watching you. Not with displeasure, but with deep yearning. That is the part of me that many people don't grasp. They hear me guide them and think it means I've turned away. They hear me call them to change course and feel shame. But that is not how I, your father, speak. That is not the sound of true love. Genuine love doesn't stay quiet when trouble is near. Genuine love calls out to wake you up. Not to bring harm, but to keep you secure. Not to cause fear, but to bring you to safety. The word eternal means it cannot be broken, it cannot be shaken, it is not affected by the passing years or by mistakes. It means that nothing you have done, no path you have chosen, no side road you have taken, no delay, has undone my deep longing to call you my own. That is the nature of my love. It doesn't chase you down forcefully, it waits for you. It doesn't grab you roughly, it welcomes you with wide open arms. And sometimes I send a caution not to remind you of times you fell short, but to remind you that you are still important, my cherished child, that I am still looking ahead, hoping that today will be the day you make your way back. I didn't say, sort yourself out first. I didn't say, see, I told you this would happen. I ran. I held you close. I made things right again. And that is still exactly who I am. I don't send words like these to judge you. I send them because I see things you cannot. I see the hidden traps the one who opposes you has set. I see the pain you carry within. I see the good days I am still holding ready for you. And I cannot bear to let you be lost without someone noticing. This isn't simply a warning sign. It is given that you might remember and not forget. You are still loved, my precious one. Maybe you've felt far from me lately. Maybe talking to me feels hard. Perhaps feeling unworthy has held your heart so tightly that you can't even manage a soft whisper for help. Yet, just one sincere, quiet word, one soft release, one small move toward the light, and heaven's embrace is ready for you. I come out to meet you, my child, not because you have done anything to deserve it, but simply because it brings me joy to do so. So listen closely to this. A warning is not a sign that I am angry. It is the sound of my love that never gives up. A love that isn't afraid of the hard things you face, isn't worn out by your efforts, and isn't held back by what has happened before. I am reaching out, not to cause you pain, but to bring you close to me. Know this, my child, that these words reaching you now are not random. They are not for everyone, not by chance, but meant specifically for you. This is not some general message sent out broadly. Think of it as a direct assurance from my presence, letting you know I see you fully, and I have a clear intention for your being here. Even when you feel small, or unheard, or unsure of your readiness, even if you have remained quiet for too long. The same hand that guides the stars in their courses also appoints your path and your moment, for such a time as this. Perhaps this very time in your life, this specific week, this challenge before you, is not a mistake, but part of my design for you. What if the waiting you have experienced has been my way of preparing you, not holding you back? And the uncertainty you've walked through, it might simply be clearing the way for understanding that will shift everything around you. Your presence here is not by chance, my precious child. Hearing these words is not a coincidence. If you sense a deep stirring within you, that is not mere feeling. That is harmony. That is my spirit confirming you are being set in place for greater things, positioned not just to get through this period, but to change its course, to come out with insights to share with others, to speak truth for those who cannot, to act with courage, to embrace my will when fear holds others back. And what I ask of you now, my beloved, is not flawless execution or a list of achievements, but simply a heart willing to say yes. Because this point in time is not just another hour passing. It is a threshold, and it leads us forward. While the world around you may see just another day, in the unseen reality, this moment is set apart, appointed with significance in the spiritual realm. Here, your choices carry weight beyond their appearance. Distractions will seek to pull you off course, but faith can resist them. Your decisions will either strengthen your future or open paths that are hard to close. This is why I give you insight beforehand, my child. I do not send those who belong to me into difficulty without giving them a sense of what lies ahead. I speak before things unfold. I provide indications. I guide your inner thoughts and feelings so you can discern when something that seems ordinary holds deep consequence. So, what is your part now? Move forward, get ready, draw near to me. Talk with me this night, my precious child. Not as a routine, but as a way to find protection. Ask my presence to fill your surroundings. Speak my name into the air of your dwelling. Ask me to show you any opposing plan before it touches your life. And do not just pray for yourself. Pray for clarity of sight, for a quiet spirit, for watchfulness. Pray for the inner strength to turn away from what appears easy but leads to emptiness. This is the call for this time, my beloved one. To stay here, not just pass through, but to settle your being within my presence. To remain under the covering I provide, where no opposing scheme can reach you without first meeting my guiding authority. I am here alongside you, and I remember who you are. The warning is true, but so is my assurance. Your name is linked to a purpose. If these words have resonated within your heart, bringing calm, certainty, or a deep inner sense of knowing, do not hold them back. Share them. Speak them openly. Carry them with you into the coming day. And remember this truth. You are not forgotten. You are not behind schedule. You are not by yourself. You are held in love. You are called. You were made for this specific time. I pour my goodness upon you, my child. My grace is not something you earn. It is a gift given freely, for my devotion to you never wavers. Receiving it is not a matter of striving, my child, but of opening your inner door to me. You do not need to prove yourself worthy of my affection. You are not required to be flawless to experience wholeness. My presence doesn't require you to be faultless first. I come close to bring you wholeness. Think of a little one holding up their arms, wanting to be held. They don't need to show they are good enough. They simply lift their hands. And that is how I wait for you, my beloved one. Open your heart and spirit to my presence. When you invite me into your inner space, you affirm that what I give is true, that it is yours permanently, and nothing can remove it. I do not give good things only to withdraw them later. Everything that comes from me endures, is full, and carries genuine significance. When you receive, you are taking in a part of who I am, making a dwelling place for me within you. Receiving is a profoundly powerful act in the unseen realm. It is your declaration of trust that I am not only able to accomplish my will, but that I am, in fact, actively working within you right now. And in that place I arrive not with heavy loads or judgment, but with a tender hold, bringing a deep calm that surpasses all human grasp. Many believe receiving is simply being passive, but in my reality, my child, it is the most dynamic act of reliance. No one who comes near me with a humble spirit will ever leave without receiving. Therefore, my cherished child, learn this way of receiving. Let your inner self soften and open. When you voice those inner thoughts and desires, they are more than simple requests. They become the channel through which my constant spiritual power flows in. The sense of wholeness you long for does not come from struggling to attain it. It comes from letting go. Even if you do not feel my presence right now, you do not need to sense it to know I am working. You do not need to see something tangible to know I am near. The truth is, I am here, closer than the very air you breathe. I am pouring new vigor into your spirit. I know you are tired, my beloved. You have been pushing forward for a long while. And at times you question if you have the endurance to keep waiting. It is exactly when you surrender that I will raise you up. It is in that precise moment you release your hold that I will step in. I have already stated your value, not based on your actions, but because of my profound love for you. Picture yourself standing fully open in my sight. My child, the true vitality you seek, the kind that endures, comes completely from me. I offer myself to you freely. This deep aliveness is not something you can create on your own, but you can choose to draw near to me. All it requires is a spirit ready to receive. Let go of hesitation, stop protecting yourself so tightly, and release any lingering doubt. As you come close, everything old will be cleansed away. Each wound will begin to heal. Every fear will lose its hold. My cherished one, accepting what I give does not mean your days will always be easy, but it is the certainty that even in difficult times, you are never by yourself. Receiving means knowing my power is active in you, making you able to stand strong. My care is a shield around you, and my goodness is new for you each day. Understand this: when you receive wholeness from me, you are declaring that brokenness does not have the final say. You are refusing to let suffering define who you are. You are choosing life over absence, hope over despair. I will make you whole again and raise you above all that has confined you. I, the giver of all life, will not let that choice be in vain. I will fill you up. My beloved, if a part of you still holds back, questioning the reality of this, simply speak your truth to me. Share both your fears and your deepest longing. I am not troubled by a heart in conflict. I want only one thing from you: sincerity. And I will enter the very spot where you feel most vulnerable and show my mightiest strength in that place. The void within you will become utterly full when you welcome me in, so do not keep yourself closed off any longer. No one understands you better than I do. No one cherishes you more than I do. No one desires more deeply to see you made whole than I, the one who gave everything to make that wholeness a certain truth. Receiving is not the final destination. It is the start of a new journey, the path of living in spiritual completeness. From the instant you say yes, I will guide you through every season and circumstance. You will walk every road and face every trial, not like someone defeated, but with the inner strength of one I have made entirely well. And every step you take will serve as proof that I am still actively working among people. Your life will become a place where wonders happen. Your eyes will shine with life. Your voice will carry comfort. And even your simplest actions will become ways my love reaches out in this world. Do not be surprised when I start directing others your way who require what you have recently gained. This is not a heavy task, but a privilege. For you are no longer someone just seeking a wonder. You are someone who carries it within. You are not just someone who receives wholeness. You are someone who lives and walks in it. And my precious one, understand that some days it may seem that what you have received has not changed outer appearances. Instead, I encourage you to look with insight that perceives more than just the surface. See what I am doing in the hidden places. Let your soul be quiet enough to perceive the sound of my presence drawing nearer, coming closer. Know that even a single ray of light from me can dispel years of accumulated darkness. Receive this truth like putting on a new garment. You are the one I love. I will work through you to bring blessings to others, not because of your own might, but because you have opened your heart to me. My beloved child, receive now as you have never received before. Without holding back anything, stretch out your hands. Open your heart wide and show me even the parts you once hid away for fear of being hurt. Know this truth. The place you feel most weak is the very spot I will demonstrate my supreme strength. And in that holy instant of taking me in, you will see that you are becoming someone new. Slowly, you are becoming like the one who called you forth from the shadows and into my brightness. Understand, my child, that taking in what I offer is more than a simple outward motion. It is a deep inner commitment, a full assent from your very being to the reality I send from above. By accepting, you affirm that the good things I speak are meant specifically for you, not just for someone else. I know that sometimes your heart questions, is this truly for me? Deep inside, you might recall all the reasons you feel you don't measure up. But listen closely, my precious one. No one measures up perfectly in human eyes. Yet I chose you, not for your flawlessness, but for your readiness. Not for your accomplishments, but for your open hands reaching out. Think of receiving as simply opening your heart. You are not required to force anything. Just keep your heart open. My grace, like gentle rain, will take care of the rest. I also want you to grasp that receiving does not require a specific feeling. At times you will receive in tears, at times in quietness, sometimes even when you feel nothing much at all. But even in moments of quiet acceptance, my strength is active. You do not need a specific feeling to grasp the certainty of my words. My truth stands firm, not on shifting emotions, but on my constant being. Train your heart to accept my blessings as naturally as you breathe. Do not be afraid that you are being selfish. In my realm, accepting from me shows true humility. When you take what I give, you are declaring, "You, my source, are all I need," and that acknowledgement brings me great joy. My beloved one, as you receive, you create pathways from heaven, a current no earthly force can block. Take from me clear understanding, so you can distinguish what is real from what deceives. Take from me purity, so you can move through a world that is not pure without being marked by it. Take from me deep gladness, not the kind that depends on outward things, but a joy that rises from my spirit living within you. As you become full with what I give, it will naturally spill out. This outpouring isn't something you force. It's the simple consequence of being filled completely. Words of comfort will come easily from you. Your quiet presence alone will touch others deeply. You will carry a deep calm that others will sense around you. Now, having established a strong base through trusting me, and having opened your heart to take in what I have ready for you, I call you to a crucial, unique step, speaking it forth. This is more than just uttering sounds, my child. It is releasing a quiet power that flows from my heart. When you speak what I have shown you, you are not merely stating facts. You are causing what is true in my realm to appear in the world you live in. The words you speak carry meaning beyond what you hear. With me, words aren't just noise that vanishes. They are active energies that prepare the way for my will to take shape on the earth. When you speak my word, you are joining your voice with mine to bring forth what I designed long ago. You are voicing words that resonate with my spirit, and in that resonance, the hold of sickness weakens. The grip of fear softens. My beloved child, speaking my truth means choosing my reality over what your eyes and ears report. When you state, "I am complete through your power," you aren't waiting for difficulty to disappear. You are speaking because difficulty must give way to my might. When you speak, your presence lives within me. You are preparing a place inside yourself for my light to rest. When you affirm, "Nothing meant to harm me will prosper," you are setting up a spiritual defense that no challenge can overcome. Do not ever think lightly of a word that comes from a heart resting fully in me. Speaking truth isn't trying to make yourself feel a certain way. It's declaring the reality that is true because I said it. It is choosing to place your reliance on what I have spoken, above all the loud distractions the world offers. Speaking my truth is the act of one who knows they're standing in my presence, one who grasps that I have given them the right to speak and see things transform. When you speak, you are using a spiritual instrument. Every phrase becomes effective, piercing through what isn't real, separating truth from error, and loosening the thoughts that have held you back. And you will see that even what seems impossible will give way before the one who has the courage to speak my words without hesitation. Let speaking my truth be part of your daily life, my cherished child, not just something you do sometimes, but how you live. Upon waking, say, "Your life is flowing through me." Throughout your day, softly say, "My hope rests in your presence within me." When weariness arrives, declare, "You are my strength when I feel weak." And when evening comes, even in the dark, softly declare, "I will not fear evil, for you are with me." Don't be troubled if how you feel hasn't yet caught up to what you are speaking. Your feelings will eventually line up with truth. They will not lead the way. As you continue to speak what is true, your inner self will be brought into order. You will observe changes happening little by little in your thinking, your emotions, and your way of life. See speaking my truth as establishing something firm. If you are patient and continue, you will see the outcome of your dedication. Your words don't need to be loud to be effective. A quiet word, spoken with deep trust, can overcome great obstacles. I don't listen for how loud you are. I look at the depth of your heart. Anything said from true trust in me has more strength than anything that stands against you. Record the truths you speak and read them frequently. Let my word be as essential to you as taking a breath. When you feel hollow, fill yourself with my word. When you are tired, find rest in my word. When you feel low, let my word lift you. Because through that word, I am restoring every part of your life, every thought, everything that sickness and sadness have tried to destroy. You have stayed with me, my child, listening to the quiet truth I have spoken. This word was for you, my beloved one, a response to the stirrings within your heart, the questions you carry, the weariness you feel sometimes. I speak these things not to burden you, but to make you ready, to equip you for the path ahead. My care for you is constant, a shield against the unseen pressures of these days. Your part now is to receive this truth deep within. Let it settle, becoming the foundation beneath your feet. See yourself walking in this certainty, not easily swayed, a quiet strength evident in you. Imagine the peace that comes from standing firm on what I have revealed. As this truth becomes your own, it is not meant to be held in isolation. Share this message with those you know need to hear these words of truth and hope. By doing so, you are participating in this sacred work, helping my light reach hearts I am calling even now. Your willingness honors me. Know this, my child, I am not finished speaking to you. There is more to come, more understanding I desire to pour into you. Remain close to me. Stay watchful, not in fear, but in quiet confidence, for my covering is over you. My peace, which surpasses all understanding, rests upon you. You are held. You are loved. Always.